There was a man named Patrick who could eat endlessly without gaining a single pound. In college, his friends marveled at how much he could consume pizzas, burgers, desserts, and remain lean. Over the years, his ability to devour large amounts of food became a running joke. Bottomless pit, they called him, but to Patrick, it was starting to feel like a curse. No matter how much he ate, he always felt hungry. He could finish entire meals and still feel annoying emptiness inside, as though something in him craved more. At first, he didn't mind. The lack of weight gain was convenient, and people envied him. But as the years passed, the hunger deepened. It became unbearable. Patrick visited countless doctors, but none could explain his condition. He wasn't losing weight, but neither was he gaining. He was the same, year after year, despite his monstrous appetite. Tests came back normal. No one could see anything wrong, yet Patrick knew something was horribly off. It wasn't until a sharp, stabbing pain in his stomach sent him to the emergency room that the truth revealed itself. The doctors ran an X-ray, and what they found left them horrified. Coiled within his intestines was something massive, a shadowy shape extending throughout his digestive system. After further investigation, they discovered the culprit, a tapeworm. But not just any tapeworm, a creature of enormous size, far larger than any the doctors had ever seen. The tapeworm had been living inside Patrick for years, feeding on everything he ate. It explained the hunger, the insatiable need for more food. The parasite had grown so large that it was consuming the bulk of his meals before they could nourish him. Panicked, Patrick demanded it be removed, but the doctors were hesitant. The tapeworm had entwined itself deeply into his body, embedded in his organs. Surgical removal would be life-threatening. Desperate, Patrick came up with his own solution. If the worm was feeding off his food, he would simply stop eating. He'd starve it out, force it to die inside him. For days, he endured the unbearable hunger, ignoring the cramping in his stomach and the weakening of his limbs. But as his body withered, the tapeworm only grew more desperate. One night, as Patrick lay in bed, racked with hunger pains, he felt something move inside him. It was subtle at first, a faint slithering beneath his skin. But then the sensation grew. The tapeworm was starving too, and it was no longer content with the scraps it had been feeding on. It wanted more. Patrick screamed as the parasite began to consume him from the inside. It gnawed through his intestines, tearing into his organs, devouring his flesh. He writhed in agony, feeling the creature slither and bite, feasting on his very being. By the time anyone found him, Patrick was gone. His body was an empty shell, hollowed out by the ravenous beast.